Thanks for stopping by. I'd like to preface this video by saying it is not a knitting tutorial, nor is it knitting at all, really. I'm just so happy to be in front of you guys again. It's been a long time, and don't get too excited. This isn't going to be a forever thing, because you can see I'm in a corner that isn't my normal filming area, middle of the couch. And you can also see that next to me I have a stack of boxes, and right in front of me is a stack of boxes that I'm putting my hand on, and kitty corner to me is another stack of boxes. There are boxes all over this room. If you guys remember from earlier, I gave you a little video clip, and when I was like, I'm not going to be able to film for this week, this room is still a disaster zone, and I still wanted to wrap up the end of the year with some footage where you could see me again and I could see you, and it felt a little bit more normal, even though this situation isn't normal at all. But I have a couple videos that I did want to film just to wrap up the end of the year, and I had some content that I wanted to film ahead of time because if you guys remember from some weeks ago, I talked about potentially going on a nice little trip with my partner, and I checked the forecast, and at the time of filming this video, it still looks like we're on schedule to vacate our humble suburb. Well, it's not really humble, but our cozy little home in the suburbs, and go do some hiking, hit up a couple trails, and just have some downtime away from the normal hustle and bustle. So with that being said, today's video is going to be just me sharing with you some of my favorites from 2020, and I strongly encourage you to let me know in the comments what some of your favorites have been. Even though we've had the pandemic and a lot of bad things have happened, and even I've taken breaks from filming because my mental health has just been topsy-turvy this year, I'm very thankful that there have been a few things that have kept me going, despite the normal, friends and family and my wonderful cats, Koji and Kabu, but a little bit of retail therapy, a little bit of self-care, and just some stuff that's knitting related in general. So I'm going to show you guys some of the things that have really brought me joy. And to start off with some self-care, I have been loving the Natural Annie Essentials candles. They are a small minority-owned business based out of Connecticut, I want to say. I found them on Instagram, I think. I want to say it was Instagram because of course all of the algorithms already knew I bought candles from other places, so they're like, hey, maybe you want to try out this brand, and I gave it a shot. I have a sampler pack. These are the 4-ounce, the 4-ounce soy candles, hand poured, small batch, all that good stuff that artisans like to advertise for the candles. It was really more supporting a small business, supporting a minority-owned business, and having some candles, because I love candles. I love to light candles when I am working, especially now that I've been working from home this year. It's been really nice to just have some aromatherapy going on, and I love the more sweet sense of like baked goods, and I also like florals, but the baked good things like coffee, vanilla, cookies, like anything like that is something I really like because I just love sweets. But this one smells so good. This buttercream vanilla is my favorite of the sampler pack that I bought, and I could pick the different combinations for like a set of 4, I want to say it was, but they've been great. Even this little 4-ounce one in my downstairs area, which you guys kind of have an idea of how big that area is because you've seen me film several videos in my downstairs, and after a couple hours the whole downstairs smells like whatever candle I'm burning from them. So I have loved it so much. So check the description box. I have added them to my minority-owned businesses I support list, but they are also isolated as just something I've talked about in this video. So if you really want to just go and check them out, I strongly encourage you to do so if you like candles, or somebody who does like candles. They have other scents besides like cookies and apple butter and things like that. So there's something for everybody. Another brand, this has actually been one that's in my list of favorites that I've had for a while now. Even before 2020, I've been using this brand, and they're linked in my minority-owned businesses that I support, and they have been since I started doing that. But this is Black Girl Longhair Marketplace. They are based out of Brooklyn, New York, and they specialized in whipped butters like shea butter, cocoa butter, mango butter. I think they might have a couple others, and a combination of those. And they also do African black soap bars if you're interested in that. I personally like to buy the $20 samplers of, I think these are, 2.5 ounces. You get 3 for $20, and you can pick whatever fragrance you want. This one has been my favorite recently. It smells like chocolate. It's so good. It's the whipped cocoa butter, and the ingredients are unrefined cocoa butter, coconut oil, and almond oil. So if you're not sensitive to those and you really like a good moisturizing cream, I would strongly suggest checking these guys out. Another one I brought in the room to share was the Coco Shea blended butter. This one is actually one that I've been alternating with, and it also smells really good like chocolate. And if you like delicious scents like that, I suggest checking out those fragrances. They have other fragrances too. I believe they have lavender, vanilla. There's one that I have in my bedroom that's candy scented. I don't know what candy it's supposed to smell like, but it's very good. And I get a lot of dry skin in the winter, and my feet are like dry year round, so I love to give myself like a little pedicure and exfoliate in the shower, and then put this butter on as soon as I get out of the shower. And I like to put it on at night and in the morning, and pretty much anytime my feet are exposed or when I'm going to be wearing socks. It's just really therapeutic, and it's a nice like self-care thing for me. So if you're into moisturizing, if you have particularly dry skin, a little bit goes a long way. I love the $20 ones because I don't have to spend a lot of money to get a really good amount of product that lasts me quite a while. I also put it in my hair too, so if you like to moisturize your hair, shea butter is a really great option if the molecule is appropriate for your hair type, which for my kinky hair, it is amazing. Another thing that is more product based are, besides the earrings that I'm wearing now, I bought 6 pairs of earrings through an Instagram shop called Clay and Crochet. I discovered this brand through somebody I follow called Illy Creates. She and her friend started this online jewelry shop. They only sell through Instagram right now, but if you check out my description, I have a link to their handle, and you can give them a look-see as well. And the video playing right now is just showing you guys the pairs of earrings that I have purchased so far. They've added some new styles that I have favorited, and just like announced like, ooh, these are so cute. Of course you see the teal and everything that I love so much, but if you're more of a minimalist or you like a statement piece, they have something for everybody. Super affordable. I've purchased, of the 6 pairs, I bought from them twice, so a pair of 3 the first time I bought from them, and another pair of 3 the second time, and I haven't had any complaints with the service. They have a couple payment options that are available, so if you prefer PayPal, you can pay through PayPal. I think they have Venmo as well as the other options, so they have a couple ways to pay if you are interested. I know it's after the holiday now, but if you are interested in buying from them, or you have somebody you need to get a gift for anytime during the year, I think it's a great way to, again, support small business, support Black-owned business, minority-owned business, woman-owned business. All 3 of the businesses I've just mentioned are women-owned, operated, so it's just great empowerment to just shop small and support locally instead of like the big chains. And you find a lot of stuff that's just super unique and hard to come by because it's all made small batch. So it's the great way to have a one-of-a-kind thing if you're into, you know, that unique element of it. And everything's pretty affordable too, at least from my standpoint. My price bracket, it's affordable for me, especially if I, you know, shop wisely. Another thing, it's not product related per se, but I cannot thank Jenny enough for recommending this book, this Getting Started Knitting Socks by Ann Budd. I've given several shout outs and I will continue to give praise to not only Ann Budd and her sock Bible, but to Jenny for recommending this to me with all the struggles I've had knitting socks up to this point. This book just lays it out so nicely. I bought this second market, or out of print second market through Better World Books, which is a online service where you can buy books from. This is like deaccessioned from a library, and it was like in great condition, besides, you know, some wear and tear on the outside, but they did a good job of preserving the book. And it's a great place to buy things because you still get a great book, but it's so much cheaper, and you're helping support charitable organizations by providing books to impoverished areas and education and all that good stuff. So Better World Books, definitely check them out if you're looking for something that's a little bit older, and you might just find something like this, and I'm so glad I did. And I bought some other pattern books too, but we'll talk about those later. Just not so much retail therapy, not so much knitting books, but I don't even have my scrap around to show you, but if you guys watched my video where I was knitting socks for my uncle, I talked about how awesome I enjoyed the paint box bulky weight yarn, and that has been like my newfound, like, I should knit with bulky weight more often because those socks went by so fast. I was very, very happy with the speed in which I was able to finish those projects. So I think in 2021, if possible, I will definitely gravitate towards more bulky weight projects if it is something that I have to buy new yarn for, because I have another video where I'm talking about some things I'm going to be doing in 2021, but bulky weight I think is going to be my new focus as far as speed projects. If I have to either accomplish something in a short amount of time, or I have to spend a lot of money on a lot of yarn, like a blanket or a sweater or something like that, I think I'll just try to use bulky weight. And the paint box acrylic was fantastic. I really liked that. Additionally, another good thing that I have enjoyed in 2020 has been this newfound account on Instagram called Sima Boss Neko, and this photographer takes pictures of cats on Cat Island. Like, look at these photos. You can't tell me that's not a masterpiece. So I suggest, if you love cats as much as I do and can't get enough of cat photos, even though you may have your own cats living with you and you just need a little bit more, I suggest giving them a follow. I have been limiting how much I rely on this account for like a feel-good moment, only because you can't have too much of a good thing, and I don't want to ruin looking at all of the photos in one sitting. So I usually save looking at that account for the special days when, you know, I'm really, really needing a pick-me-up. And even though I'm cuddling my cats, like, it's just not enough. I need just something just to get me over the edge. And I will start looking at that account and liking photos, and it's amazing. I really like that one. So I'm so happy. I think I found them because I was just looking at like cats of Instagram, like the hashtag, because I had posted something of my own cats and saw them. I was like, oh, this is amazing. I'm surprised that I didn't know about them sooner, but I'm so glad that I found them at the end of the year. And I was gonna say, Jenny, if you're watching this video, I tried looking for the one person you had suggested that I watch their podcast, because they were the ones who had that schedule of when they knit, and when I did a copy paste of that name in a search in YouTube, I couldn't find them. So if you have any other information or like a video that you could link to me so I could actually get on their account and subscribe, that would be great. So if you do see this, let me know. But yeah, all of you, tell me what's been keeping you going through 2020. What have you enjoyed? Any new finds to just boost your mood? And either it's self-care or it's knitting related, what have you? Let me know in the comments, because I love to hear what's been keeping you guys happy and looking forward to the next year. So with that, I will see you in my next video. Bye!